And good evening and welcome to Local Hoops Live, Grizz Nation. I'm Gil Tyree and Doc Holliday. Brian Finley will join us in a moment. But first, here's on tonight's big show. There are only 2.5 weeks left until the regular season concludes, and the playoff picture isn't crystal clear just yet. Brian Finley is going to break down the potential playoff matchups and what the Grizz need to do to survive in advance. Plus, Kenny the Jet Smith has been around basketball all his life now, and he has giving his opinion, an analyst for TNT. I sit down with him and ask him his thoughts about the Grizzlies team and their chances of making a real run through the second season. And he's become a fan favorite, especially on Twitter. Our Kelly Cook's going to sit down with Beno Udrih about Memphis and his road to the Bluff City. But of course, there's Brian and Doc, and they'll break down tonight's biggest headlines from the week. But right now, let's head out to FedEx Forum. Doc Holliday, the aforementioned sports director here at Local 24. Hey, Doc, the Grizz had a bad week last week, huh?
Well, Gil, some call it disappointing, some call it downright disgusting. The Grizzlies heading into the week with a little momentum after two huge wins over two playoff teams, but the week to be ending up disastrous.
5 seconds, 4 seconds. Tony, Calathis, a three to beat the buzzer. It's through.
Monday, the Grizzlies were in the Big Apple laying a big smackdown on the New York Knicks. The Grizzlies shooting 52% from the field, 58% from three-point range, on their way to a third straight win. Final, Grizzlies 103, Knicks 82.
Rescued by Mozgov. Nice cut. LeBron James.
Wednesday, LeBron James brought his Cleveland Cavaliers into FedEx Forum, and they came with bad intentions. The Cavs dominated this game from opening tip to final buzzer. All 5 Cleveland starters scoring in double figures. The Cavs embarrassed the Grizzlies 111-89.
Sidestep 2. When Curry lets it fly, you pretty much assume it's going in.
Friday, Grizz Nation was hoping for a better performance as the West-leading Golden State Warriors came to town, but a better performance it did not get. Golden State, led by MVP candidate Steph Curry, who dropped off 38, embarrassed the Grizzlies again, and it wasn't even close. The Warriors, who went 16 of 31 from three-point range, drilling the Grizzlies 107-84.
Grizzlies get the switch, which they didn't want, and Green drops in a three.
Sunday in San Antonio, another beatdown. The Spurs handing the Grizzlies their third straight blowout loss, 103-89. Tony Allen didn't play because of an injured hamstring, and the Grizzlies didn't play tough enough. San Antonio dominating the boards, 48 rebounds for them, 34 for the Grizzlies. The loss dropping the Grizzlies from the 2 spot in the West. They're now third.
Here's the biggest storyline coming out of last week. The Grizzlies losing the 2 seed in the West. They now trail Houston by half a game for the second spot. And if they're not careful, Portland might catch them as well. Something else to worry about? If the playoffs started today, the Grizzlies would meet the San Antonio Spurs in the first round. Now, there's no doubt about it. The Grizzlies are limping into the playoffs. Joining me now, Local 24's Brian Finley. Now, Brian, we know the ideal opponent for the Grizzlies in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs, the Dallas Mavericks. But what do the numbers tell us?
Well, the numbers are certainly one thing that has been slipping numbers-wise for the Grizzlies is their playoff seed. They're a 3 seed right now after owning the 2 seed for most of the season. 8 games left in the regular season for the Grizzlies, and Zach Randolph says, hey, we've got to continue to play our basketball because if we don't, we could drop even further, given how much little separation there is between teams.
Playoffs, like you said, 1 through 8, it ain't really got no number on it. I mean, the West is so even.
Even though the Grizzlies have captured a postseason berth, they're in danger of losing home court advantage in the first round. So to avoid that, Marc Gasol, he knows he's got to play better down the stretch.
I haven't felt good at home in a long time. My shot has not fallen. I'm hesitant. I'm, second-guessing myself a lot offensively.
So say Gasol immediately gets rid of the second-guessing. Then I'm guessing the Grizz take the 2 seed, setting up a duel with 7 seed Dallas. Perhaps an ideal matchup because Memphis went 3-1 versus the Mavs. Now, if the Grizz settle in the 3 spot, then you draw the Spurs, and you know San Antonio is a team with a knack for long playoff runs. Of course, they're the defending NBA champions. As a 4 seed, you'd get the Clippers. And while the matchup is one of the best current rivalries in the league, LA is playing some of its best basketball right now. These 2 teams, though, will play one more time in the regular season in April. If Memphis falls to the 5 slot, you then lose home court advantage, and you get Portland, which is not so bad for the Grizz, who are undefeated this year against the Blazers. Descending to the 6th spot, Well, we'll stop there, but you could get the Rockets, a team with a potential league MVP in James Harden. The teams were 2-2 against each other this season, and it'll be interesting to see who defends Dwight Howard, of course, the Rockets' all-star center.
So I would think Dallas, Portland might be the Grizzlies' best chances. With Portland, they are 0-4 against the Grizzlies this season. Dallas 3-1, and they're an aging team, a team with lack of team chemistry. I think the Grizzlies could really capitalize on that.
Well, now, Brian, we can look at some more numbers. You know, against the Mavericks, the Grizzlies 3-1 this season. So, of course, there may be a team who want to see the Grizzlies averaging 107.5 points against the Mavs, 99 points, you know, giving up to the Mavs. So, what do you think?
Offensively, Dallas is one of the best teams. Defensively, that's the issue. And if the Grizzlies can get back to the paint points that they've been so good at this year, we've seen a little bit of struggles with Zach Randolph, Marc Gasol down the stretch. If they can push it and pound it in the paint, they got Mavs edge big time.
Well, thank you, Brian. Don't go anywhere. You're still with us, right?
I'll try to be.
Still on the clock? You can't go anywhere. But for right now, live at FedEx Forum, Gil, take the show for right now, but please come back to us just a little bit later, please, sir.
And don't you go anywhere. Doc Holliday's become a fan favorite and a major contributor to the Grizz. Coming up, Kelly Cook's going to sit down with Beno Udrih. And next, Grizz Nation will feel a little bit uneasy about the team. One major national NBA pundit says the Grizzlies could be the team to beat in the West. He's still believing. Plus, Doc back with the look at one of the reasons why the Grizzlies have been in a free fall. This is Local Hoops Live, Grizz Nation. We'll be right back.
Grizz Nation brought to you by Artisan Floors.
Prepare to be floored. Artisan Floors is a step above the competition. Artisan Floors' brand new showroom features the top manufacturers of carpet, ceramic tile, hardwood, laminate, and they're the exclusive providers of Caress by Shaw, inspired by the world's softest fibers. Artisan Floors offers an elite product line unrivaled in Memphis, plus an interior design team to help you every step of the way. Conveniently located off I-240. Artisan Floors, the official flooring partner of the Memphis Grizzlies and FedEx Forum.
Maria's Cantina is Mexican with a twist. Maria's offers the best Mexican food around, like tacos, fajitas, chimichangas, and more. Not in the mood for Mexican? We've also got the best wings, the juiciest burgers, and don't forget about our famous Mexique slow smoked barbecue. We've got the best food in town and lunch specials every weekday for just $5.99. Enjoy Maria's happy hour every day. Book Maria's for your own private party today. Catering service is also available. Maria's Cantina. It's Mexican with a twist in South Haven.
It's easy. Get into a new Nissan now at Wolf Chase Nissan. Drive a new 2015 Nissan Versa Automatic, just $12,995. New Sentra, just $16,995. New Altima, just $18,995. New Pathfinder, just $24,995. Easy financing now, as low as 0% up to 72 months. After all, if your car shows Wolf Chase Nissan, you've got the better deal. WolfChaseNissan.com.
There are many reasons why you should make Suits You your place for men's clothing. The absolute best in customer service, expert alterations, and more.
I come for the quality.
They have brand names and you just can't beat their prices. I like to be different, and the selections are amazing.
They have great looks and they're in my size.
And I come for the styles.
At Suits You, we really suit you.
At Suits You, we really suit you.
Over the years, Nahan Zaharovich and Trotz has helped thousands of car accident victims. If only these walls could talk.
As a nurse, I appreciated that NST understood the medical lingo.
NST is a perfect team. They really are a 5-star group.
We help people all day, every day.
Most definitely, I'm thankful that I called NST. They were exceptional.
That's the NST way.
NST is the way to go. Call 683-7000.
Chief Meteorologist John Bryant, only on Local 24 News.
Local Memphis Live with Lauren and Yvette. Weekday mornings at 9 on Local 24.
Welcome back to Local Hoops Live. I'm Gil Tyree. In Grizz Nation, despite the current angst hovering over your Grizz Nation right now, it's relating to the team's late season struggles and concern over their postseason survival chances. There is one person of national prominence who still believes in the Beale Street Bears.
They have everything that an NBA championship team has.
And let's hope Kenny Smith hears that same applause come June, where there is a much-anticipated World Championship parade on the famed Beale Street. Smith believes the stars are aligned for this team to make a deep run in the postseason.
The window's there. I think they're Western Conference finalists, and after that, anything happens when you're in the Final Four.
The centerpiece of the Grizz chances to win it all hinge on center Marc Gasol. Big Spain has a big decision in the offseason. He will become a free agent. Smith has some career advice for the ex-Lausanne star.
You're an integral part, and you're going to win. You have a great chance to win it all, so I would stay.
And keeping the core four, he, Zach, T.A., and Mike Conley intact. Smith again points to the astute work in the front office led by owner Robert Pera, GM Chris Wallace, Coach Dave Yeager, and analytics and metrics guru John Hollinger. Smith says their moves have put Memphis in position to make that June parade very possible.
For Uncle Jeff Green.
They have guard play, inside play, defensive players. Jeff Green now coming to the team. You know, Zach and Mark down low, and you know, probably one of the most underrated point guards in the league, and Mike Conley. So just a great team, man, that could do some great things.
And again, let's hope that Kenny Smith is right on the money. Smith says when the teams approach in the last days of the regular season, it's imperative to put the struggles behind, get that playoff mindset ready, and he believes the Grizz will do just that. Meanwhile, the Grizz have struggled on the defensive end. That's not something these guys are used to. Let's go back to Doc Holliday at FedEx Forum. Doc?
Well, Gil, over this 5-year playoff run, the Grizzlies have enjoyed one consistent thing, great team defense, and this year's been no different. The Grizzlies have one of the best statistical defenses in the league, but during this slump, the Grizzlies' defense has been a little inconsistent. The Grizzlies have enjoyed a top 5 overall team defense all season long, and it's no wonder with former Defensive Player of the Year Marc Gasol anchoring the defense, and of course, you can't forget about the all-world defender, the grind father, Tony Allen. But since the start of March, that defense has looked a little shaky. So far in March, the Grizzlies just 8-8 in the month, by far their worst month of the season. In the 8 losses, the Grizzlies giving up nearly 102 points per game. That's way up from their season average of 95. In those same losses, the Grizzlies' opponents shooting a blistering 54% from the field, and the Grizzlies have been getting beat up on the glass too. In the losses, the Grizzlies getting out rebounded 352 to 306. Now, for Grizzlies fans, the rebounding numbers should be a little hard to swallow, especially the Grizzlies have one of the best defense rebounders in the NBA with Zach Randolph, and don't forget about Big Spain and Tony Allen. They're excellent on the glass as well. Now, Gil, there's been a lot of talk about Coach Dave Yeager's lineups and all of that, but it looks like one of the biggest problems has been the defensive effort or lack thereof. Gil?
Doc, great stuff, and thanks for that. We're going to check back with Doc and Brian a little bit later on. But coming up next, he's the only member of the team in less than a calendar of a year, but he's become a fan favorite here in Grizz Nation. Kelly Cook is going to sit down with Beno Udrih when we come back.
It's back.
Bigger and better than ever.
The one suit package till Easter only.
Only at the New York Suit Exchange.
Our $99 economizer. You get the suit, shirt, tie, belt, and socks. All 5 items just $99.
Or step up to our $199 designer package with suits by names like Ralph Lauren and Calvin Klein, plus shirt, tie, belt, and socks, all for just $199.
And a pair of shoes for just $33. Till Easter only.
You wear it well, New York Suit Exchange.
Wolf Chase area on Highway 64.
Kohl's Yes to You Rewards. It's never been easier to earn rewards. Shop for what you want, pay any way you want. You'll earn points on your purchases and get a $5 reward for every 100 points. Shop your favorite brands like Nike, Fila, Fitbit, and NutriBullet and earn